All right. Week 2. Here we go. So, can I start?
Yeah.
So, yeah, this week I have been working on Hibernate again, and I have found a couple things about it, like what things that Kris had told us last week, and I got examples from the Brother Barney's book, and it worked. It was pretty simple. And I found another website we chose like an old way to implement Hibernate, and I talked to Brother Barney about that, and he told me, yeah, that's an old way, like get out of that. And,
that was with the XML, right?
Yeah, that use XML, and when you define the table from to, you've got to use XML, and which we don't have to do right now because we have, I mean nowadays, because we have annotations. And to define the database settings, we would use an XML, but we don't have to do that anymore. So I was thinking that at least that website could be a good source to find the old way and try just as an exercise to change from the XML version to this one that we have from his book. I think I'll be working on that at the end of up to the end of this week, just to understand more how things work there.
Awesome.
You have anything? I don't know. Can I look at your screen and see anything from?
Yeah. So when we run, these are the classes that we get from his book, and we set a couple things there, and we run, and these are the information, and this is the.
Oh, you got his working?
Yeah.
That's what I was working on right now.
And this is so he has a script that.
Yeah, I ran the script and I tried running this, but it doesn't work for me.
And we get these
Cool.
data from his name.
That's very cool.
Yeah, Joshua Barney. Yeah.
I need to figure out what I'm doing wrong then, because I got his all of his program stuff, all of his code, his source code, and the script. I ran the script in MySQL.
Did it work?
The script worked fine. You know, I went all through. The table's there, the database is there, the tests database. Now I just need to figure out why, when with Eclipse, isn't it working with that?
Does it show like errors, or
I can actually get errors. I don't, you know, it's confusing because when it's working, it's in red.
Yeah.
It's really confusing. It makes it look like everything's wrong, but it's not.
Yeah, when I got these.
But there is actually some point that I get, like when I run his, I actually do get errors. This is a different thing I was working on last night. But here's this silly Hibernate use example. Wait, let's just hit run. See, I get errors. Actual errors.
Did you set? Okay, here's the problem. You have to set the database password, and that's the file.
Oh.
Yeah. So the user.
I never actually made a user, so it's still root. I probably should change that though. So let's see about that. See if that works.
Yeah, I got a problem
Heyo.
with my.
Yep, there it is. Thank you.
Cool.
That worked.
That's nice.
Awesome.
Yeah, I got a problem with my port number. I had forgotten that, but after a while I realized I got the right one.
Awesome.
So with this that you just created, is that going to be the same structure of a Hibernate thing for anything we do, or is it built a very specific structure that just works for his example?
Well, yeah, basically we have a couple specific things. For example, this structure is the same, but like names, like tables names like this,
Okay.
Change.
So as far as the skeleton of Hibernate, this is perfect.
Oh yeah, yeah. To understand just the concept, yeah, it's pretty good.
I actually found some pretty good videos too that I think you guys should look at if you want. I mean, it's on YouTube. He has like 18 or more tutorials. I think it's 18.
That's what you're saying in class, right? Patrick Washington?
Yeah, his username is Patrick Washington DC, and he's I think he's from India because he has an accent.
They all.
Yeah.
They all from there.
And but he teaches it pretty well. He uses Derby database though, like I was saying before. So I had to figure out a little bit different way how to get MySQL to work. MySQL is weird with Eclipse because you can only select one database at a time.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you noticed that yet, because in MySQL you can have a lot of different databases, but you have to select a specific one when you're using Eclipse. I mean, it's the same thing with MySQL when you're actually in command line. You have to say use student or use database, whatever. You know, use student DB, yeah, or use test, use whatever, you know. And then you can start messing with that database, messing with the tables and changing stuff or whatever. That's kind of how Eclipse is too. If you want to mess with a different database, you actually have to go in, either create a new connection or just go in and change the URL, I think it is.
Did you get a plugin for Eclipse to use MySQL?
I just followed what he said.
Oh, cool.
I just followed his little thing, and there is a plugin. It's, I think, MySQL Connection or something like that. I don't know if you found that. It's a
No, I
jar
didn't know
file.
that.
You have to.
That's nice.
Yeah, and so you can actually see the database stuff on the side.
From Eclipse?
Because yeah, if you look at here.
Oh, that's cool.
So this is his test database. This is just the name that Eclipse gives it. You can actually give it any name. This is the actual database right here. And then in here, there's the tables where you can look at all the different tables.
Oh, cool.
So here's the app user table, phone number table, and user number table. And then you can actually go in here and look at the columns right here. And even further, if they have values, you can click on them, I think, or something. I can't remember how you get to it, but somehow you can.
Cool.
I think it's a right click and you sample contents. That's what it is. So I guess mine doesn't have any, or maybe it's in here. Maybe you sample contents of the table. Okay, yeah, mine for some reason doesn't have any. I thought I ran the script. Maybe I need to refresh it. Let's try that.
Yeah, cool. I didn't know that.
But yeah, there is a plugin that you can use.
It's in that plugin. Boom.
So you can actually see all of it without having to go too far in. Weird. I'll have to look at it.
Very cool.
It works with my other database though that I was working with, this Patrick Washington. We should definitely look him up. It's Java Hibernate tutorial. Patrick Washington on YouTube.
It's on, man, for sure. In between conference.
I think they're like 5 to 10 minutes each tutorial.
Oh, wow.
So, you know, it takes a while. I mean, he has like 18, I think, total.
Well, what's his name again?
Patrick Washington, DC.
WASH.
This dude right here? 18?
Yeah. Is that a playlist? Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
There it is. So he teaches you how to set up, teaches you kind of little basics about Hibernate and stuff like that, how to connect Hibernate to Eclipse and how to connect it to the database, how to connect Eclipse to the database even.
Oh, cool. That's
So
an
you
actual.
have like a little triangle thing going
Yeah,
on.
I needed to find different sites to get the instructions about how to kind of import the libraries, the Hibernate libraries. So yeah, it took me more time. Maybe to find all the things at one place would be way better.
Hibernate.
Did you use the Java for a real life book at all in your Hibernate quest?
I was looking at it, but I was a little confused, so I went to outside resources to kind of get a better understanding.
You did it
And
pretty much from scratch.
I like the visual,
Yeah.
you know, where somebody takes me through it, and so that's why it looks for a video mainly. And so far I'm liking this guy. I'm going to try and watch all his videos the rest of this week,
Cool.
so I can get a good understanding of Hibernate and how to use it.
Oh,
Yeah,
word.
that's nice. Yeah, the book helped me to understand the basic principles and to get the files, but I got some problem. I don't know if the book says about how to set Eclipse, but I got some,
I didn't think it did.
yeah.
Yeah, that's why I went to outside stuff and figured this out.
Mhm. Cool. Okay.
Well, I rolled back to the first two topics, Java collections and Java beans. I had my interview on Monday, and I was like, I think I'm fluent in these two. And he's like, have you talked to me? And when did you talk to me about these things in class? Oh, never. Well, we can't do fluent then. So, oh, okay. So you probably have learned or are learning now. I can understand the basics and write it all out. Just putting it into code is not, I don't know, it's going to be a very big weakness for me. But I've been looking at tutorials, opened up a sandbox. So even just collection, I'm trying to just make a collection. I think I'm going to try to make an app of a scoreboard, or a scoreboard app, so you put in your, however many people are playing Roku, whatever we're playing, a Trump card game, put in Lucas, our three names, and then be able to just keep score. I remember this summer I was looking for an app like that, and it just wasn't easy to find. You know, when you just need a notepad and pencil, but sometimes you just can't find one. So I've been brainstorming what collections would need to happen, and then Java beans in the meeting. Are they just as simple as they sound? He's like, absolutely. Don't overthink them at all. They are just what they are.
Yeah, I remember in first programming class they sounded a lot more confusing than what it actually is.
Yeah.
Because it seemed like I felt like I was making all these like different methods inside the class to do what the class, what's specific to that class. But now it sounds like it's just so much easier than that. Just where those methods are supposed to be in a different class, or maybe it's an interface even. I don't know exactly. I need to brush up on that, but it's basically just to hold values, right?
Yeah, default constructor, boom, getters, setters.
That's it.
Yeah.
It's pretty easy.
And so I learned that about Java beans, and we can just move on from there. And then the collections, that's calling it a collection is a big umbrella of everything, and then it goes into detail. A set, not ordered, list, ordered, array, or queen, multiple things that need to be processed, different types of collections, but they're more specific. Like they fit under that collection umbrella, they're more specific. And they all serve a little bit different purpose. And what we do with them is algorithms, and that is calculations to either remove data, order it, whatever you need to do to it, to a collection algorithms.
All right.
Those are the two things I learned this week that I would like to share.
So our next meeting is gonna be next Wednesday, right? Okay. Next Wednesday.
I think as far as videotaping, in case
Yeah,
you
videotape,
have-
I mean, yeah, because we can have one on Friday.
Do you guys have app ideas yet? I know we talked
Not
about it, but-
really. I have shared the one about getting kind of an app
Business
that
card?
takes care of business card,
Oh, yeah.
just to read something, like read the chip or something.
Another phone.
Yeah, another phone or.
Mhm.
I found one app that kind of you take a picture of the business card, and the app runs and it takes the main information.
The text from it.
Mhm.
Mhm.
That looks
Yeah, I think
pretty
there's a
cool.
lot of apps like that. I remember seeing commercials for something like that. I can't remember. Oh, it was a scanner where it scans it and then it puts it into your. That's what it was. I can't remember.
You know
though.
what would be scary though? Programming stuff for credit cards. Like you can't mess around with that stuff.
Yeah.
Like, that's such a security issue. I'm always amazed just at the gas station, popping in our car to the grocery store and taking it out. Who is behind all that, and
Yeah.
how secure is it? It's crazy.
Yeah, I have gotten cautious about cell phones that reads credit card. You keep in things and they have just that card reader. So man, what's behind that app?
Yeah, I kind of think it's interesting that they're using like NFC to pay with stuff now. I
Yeah.
mean, anyone who gets close can maybe I mean, it's near, so you gotta be really close for it to work, so that's the only security of it, I guess.
Pretty wild. I think my parents on vacation were at a hotel and someone set up a Wi-Fi that faked the hotel Wi-Fi, so they were using it.
Oh,
credit cards.
Evil twin, I think they call it. I think that's what it's called in system security.
Yeah, they like totally have their credit cards.
Dang.
One was used right away and one was just used like a couple weeks ago.
Oh my gosh.
Oh well. Yeah, but after besides that, I haven't thought anything like very interesting.
Then the app exploration continues.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I don't know how wide scale the scoreboard thing is, but it's practical.
Yeah, that would be a good way to at least to show him like, hey, look what I have done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't even thought about like a small project.
Yeah, I guess the scoreboard thing isn't too bad. You think just for any game, really.
Yeah. Sparkle, whatever.
Just have names and then a little scoreboard.
Mhm.
Maybe, if it's, you start at a certain amount of points and then it goes down.
Hey, what about
Vice versa.
Yeah.
connecting everyone's that has that app? Like, let's suppose we are playing something here and all of us have the app, so we can kind of we can see each other's in our own app.
Have like one person, the main, I don't know, like, because you don't want everyone messing with it.
No, yeah, and just you change yours and I change mine, but I can see your score and
Uh-huh.
these scores.
Okay, I see what you mean. Your own scorecard.
Yeah.
Okay.
What about that?
Yeah.
That could be like a separate feature, and then like we could have a main one where it's like
Yeah.
the big scoreboard if you want.
Yeah.
Or then have your own scorecard.
Just like, yeah.
Cool. Because I remember you guys played a card game in our apartment,
Yeah.
and I noticed there was a sheet with like scores.
Right.
So yeah, that's a
Totally
nice
practical.
idea. Like we just play any game and we get the app and we can see each other's scores. Cool.
And eventually, in the long run, make presets for certain games.
Yeah.
Think about ideas how we could make it just a little bit bigger and do it as a group potentially too.
Cool. Yeah. Oh, we can have like publishing Facebook. We set the game like we were playing phase 10, and I don't know, and probably a week.
got a score.
This was the group, and
Oh, okay.
you know.
Share it to Facebook or something.
Cool. Nice idea, man.
Okay.
All right. Let's work on that.
All right. Good meeting.
Yeah.
Okay.
What should we study next time?
Oh, yeah, next
Are we still going to try and work on Hibernate a little bit more, or do we want to kind of branch off?
I'll try to get that done. I still have to review the list of topics about Hibernate, but I want to get that done by Friday. I know it's a huge topic.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. I don't know, but at least I want to finish something by Friday.
I want to put more code in my sandbox. And also get catch up to you guys and at least having Hibernate on there.
Oh, all right.
So, I'll just continue with Hibernate too. I'll maybe look into something else. Maybe brush up on some Java programming.
All right.
Look up online some Java programming tutorials and maybe just brush up, I guess.
Cool.
And of course, enjoy conference.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, this weekend. Yeah.
Except for Earl, there's a nice little sample.
Are you
can have
guys
for
gonna stay, or
conference.
you're gonna leave for the weekend?
Mission
General.
reunion Friday night.
Oh yeah, is that gonna be here?
Probably.
Okay.
Where'd you serve your mission?
Alabama.
Oh.